Richard, a lot of history here with Mills CNC and R&A engineering. Tell me where it all started.
A long time ago. I bought a Lynx 200B in 1996 and I've been a fairly consistent customer for them ever since.
You've seen the transition from the Daewoo into the Doosan brand. What would you say about the evolution of their products?
Good question. To me, they're a very well-priced machine for what you're purchasing. Brilliant at their backup, customer liaison and what have you, and very flexible machine.
This is one of your more recent purchases from Mills CNC. This is a D&M 500. Still a good couple of years ago now. But what's interesting about this is you've got one of their machining centres with the Heidenhain control. Now, going back many years, Doosan VMCs were sold with predominantly FANUC systems, but the introduction now of the Heidenhain and the Siemens has given them more scope for more customers, and you're one of those on this side.
We are basically Heidenhain orientated through previous purchases of other machine tools, and just for uniformity and control of the programs of what we existingly work with, it seemed the right way to go.
This is one of the components you're making on the machine. What is it? What sort of material is it? And what's the operations on this VMC?
This is a component made from 316 stainless steel. It's previously turned on a Doosan Lynx lathe. It comes over to this machine for finish opping, where we U-drill and bore through on this face, drill and tap. Obviously this face and this one are turned on the Lynx, and it's basically the metal removal with the machine and its direct drive.
How does that cut? Because it's not an easy material to cut, is it? I mean, the machine's very quiet.
It's a very quiet machine, as you commented, and it gives great tool life, to be fair, you know.
And tool life comes from rigidity of a machine, doesn't it? And obviously the tools are important. It looks like you're getting a good surface finish and you're obviously cutting it to how you want to.
Very much so. It's a part we've done previously. This is a batch of 8, and you say if you were knocking out so many of these, you'd be also knocking out your tools if the machine wasn't up to it.
You've got a 4th axis on here as well. That gives you a bit more flexibility.
Yeah, we can get round certain sides on a different part. We do use it very recently, or frequently I should say, and it's a great addition to the machine.
I want to end here on this machine, just on the size of it. Do you know the working envelope? I caught you out on that or not?
It's about 600 in the Y, just over the metre on the X, and probably about 600 in, if not 700 in the Z.
So having that 4th axis means you've still got plenty of space outside of the unit as well.
Well, I've gone for that because we do use a lot of just ordinary 3-axis machining. We fixture things up, so, you know, knocking things out in batch quantities.
Okay, I want to look at where your Mills CNC journey started at the turning side, so let's go to the lathes. So here we have all your turning capability from Doosan. You've got how many machines here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 6
machines from Doosan.
And looking at the capabilities of the machines, what's the axes level? Do you have sub-spindles? Do you have mill drill?
They've all got driven tooling, C-axis. I haven't got Y-axis at the moment. It's something to work towards. Some of our work does lend itself that way, but of course, that's future investment.
So you've got one sub-spindle machine out of all the Doosans?
That's correct, yeah.
And when you go looking at the future, do you think you would opt for more machines with a sub-spindle?
Sub-spindle and Y-axis is the way to go forward.
And at the moment, with these 6 machines without Y-axis, does that mean you have to take the parts off and put them into to your milling section?
That's correct, yeah.
From a turning element, though, we talk about mill drill, we talk about straight 2-axis turning. Do these Doosan machines give you everything that you need?
Good reliability. They work well to the limits that are required, even better than what we wish to achieve sometimes.
You've got the use of the bar feeds. Are you running these out of hours, lights out?
We do occasionally, yeah, but we work in some difficult materials, so...
Now, we saw an example on the milling, and the turning on that part is done on one of these 2 machines, I believe. Is that a good example of the types of materials you're cutting? You are doing stainlesses and the more at the challenging end.
In canals, monels, and we do a lot in plastic as well. Yeah.
And as a supplier, Mills CNC, they've supported you all the way through this. How many years since you've been going now?
On my own,
If you want to tell us.
on my own since 1985.